Hello, my name is Mark Babbitt, and I'm sitting here with my friend and co-author Chris Edmonds. Good Comes First, Chris, is coming out very soon.
It's coming out very soon. We could not be more excited. We've been thinking about this stuff for 30 years each and been writing this book for 3 years. So we've been very, very attuned to how we can create a tool, a resource, actionable insights for leaders to be able to create a work culture where their team members, their associates, their employees are respected, validated, and honored.
I often say, Chris, and I've shared this with you many times, that most of what I learned about leadership was on the baseball field. As a coach for 3 decades now on the diamond, I learned that if you set rules and then don't model those rules yourself. For instance, if you say showing up late to practice is unacceptable, but then you show up late as a coach, you've not only destroyed the values, you've not only destroyed the culture, you've destroyed integrity, trust, respect.
How do they know what to believe?
So I still revert back to that often. And one of the things that you and I got to do as we wrote this book and in our work together is we got to learn from both the good bosses, the great bosses, and those that weren't so great. It's been interesting, and in a couple places within Good Comes First in the early chapters, we compare good comes first cultures with not so good cultures, and good leaders with not so good leaders. And it's been very interesting to have to put in words what makes a leader a great leader and what makes a leader untrustworthy. And some of these examples were our clients, and so it's been interesting to work with the clients to see where the failures are coming. You and I have both had contracts with clients. They say they want their culture to steer toward good, but then when you actually get in there, you find out the leaders aren't the problem solvers, they're actually the problem. That was a very interesting, as we wrote Good Comes First, how we translate those experiences of our own into words that will help people realize here's what a typical leader looks like, and here's what a good comes first leader looks like. And there are defining values, right? It's that willingness to serve as mentor, not just leader. And we talk about this in the book. There's manager, there's leader, and then there's mentor. And the best leaders, by far, we've discovered over the years, and now with Good Comes First, are the mentor-based leaders or the servant-based leaders. And that's why mentorship is so important within Good Comes First, because you can't just get out there. We use a phrase, management by announcement, MBA, and you can't be that. You have to be that person who shows up on time. If you say that one of our values is we respect each other enough to show up on time and to be fully present, and then you don't do that, you're automatically out of the great leader category.
Yep.
Right? And that is going to be, I think, a transition that's going to be hard for some. And we've talked about it already, but especially among older white males, and we're not labeling people. Quite the opposite. One of the values, core values of Good Comes First is respecting differences, and so and avoiding putting labels on people. And we're not doing that. But the reality is, the data shows that it's the older white males suffering from what we call in Good Comes First boomer male syndrome. They're really struggling with this transition from the way it used to be, the old normal, to the next normal, the co-creation of a better normal, where I have to follow the rules I set. I have to model them. I have to coach them. I have to expect them, not just from other people, but from myself. And a lot of older white guys, they weren't brought up with that. Their mentors didn't do it. Their predecessors didn't do it. Their professors didn't teach it, right? Their parents probably didn't do it. And now we're asking them to change how they lead. And we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about that a little bit and say, you can't just keep doing what you've been doing and expect your culture to change. That's almost the definition of an accidental culture.
It is.
In Good Comes First, we're trying to help you develop an uncompromising company culture where everybody knows what to expect every single day, and people are expected to live up to those expectations every single day.
Absolutely.
And so we can't keep leading as we used to lead.
Learn more about Chris and Mark's new book and purchase your copy at goodcomesfirst.com.